Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brent, and my hands is Redshift number 4, a really interesting sci-fi series that for me is getting better and better with every single issue. It is published by Scout Comics, written by H.S. Tack, art by Brent McKee, coloring by Sebastian Cheng, and lettering by Joel Rodriguez. Okay, so the story is that there's like a colony on Mars, and resources are depleting. So they send out a bunch of missions to go try to find an alternate Earth. The person they wanted to send out at first says no. They pick someone else. The original person sneaks on the ship. So that's the mission that's going out. Then there's stuff going on Mars, and we kind of get a little bit of both going on. So the person so on the ship, they wind up getting to their destination. I don't want to spoil it, but there's some really cool sci-fi done with that. Some really solid use of science that I don't think I've seen in a sci-fi film of this sort. I've kind of talked about in the previous 3 issues that there's a lot of traditional storytelling in this. Like, it's a plot we've seen many times before. Well, now we get a decent twist of something we haven't seen, at least I don't think I've seen. So it's at least getting to that point where there's something a little bit different. I think a little bit kind of keeping on readers on the toes, and where it kind of goes from there, I think is really, really cool. Then we got on Mars. There's a lot of things are rocky at this point. Resources are drying up. The people are getting restless. There's a terrorist attack, and the guy that went off on this mission, his younger brother is on Mars. So now, because of the time difference, his younger brother is growing up and is now part of, I would say, kind of like the fascist regime. They're not quite fascist, but those controlling, the totalitarians, also not quite right. They're just not all, for the people. So he is kind of going up the ranks of soldiers. So it's kind of interesting to see this. We've got, the younger brother who is kind of getting dragged into the corrupt political system. The older brother who's in space attempting to kind of free his people in a way, or it'd be interesting to see where this series goes. But I like that it feels really rooted in sci-fi. Like it nails so many different things we've seen in a lot of other stories, and I'll hold up that that the base of it is stories that we've seen before, but this is just doing it really, really well. And some things are kind of new here, which I think is which is cool, and it's shaking things up a little bit. It's solid. It's really kind of just solid sci-fi. Show off the art. I think the art's pretty cool. There's nothing necessarily flashy to it, but I think this page is to me is something that's really cool. So they go into kind of like a crypto sleep to go to the location they're going, and I'm not going to go further because it's going to spoil things, but we see the guy's aged. He's been in sleep, and his hair's grown, and his fingernails grown, and he's got to go kind of clean up before getting back to duties. That's something I haven't seen in a film. Or a television series, whatever. It's a small detail that I think is the type of things that's making this series stand out. I'm liking this. So if you really like sci-fi, check this out. This is, I think, a kind of a sleeper under the radar series that it's not doing anything flashy, but it's doing it really, really well. This is out in comic shops now. You can go get it. We've got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links. There'll be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that. You'll support our site, so thank you. Just watching our videos, you support us, so thank you for that. If you're into Scout Comics, if you're into comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.